process.
Good morning, Thunderbirds.
Hola, Thunderbirds.
I am Indigo.
And I am Maya.
This is Travis Heights today.
Esto es Travis Heights hoy.
It was exciting, it was something different, and I also knew it was going to be very groundbreaking for Austin and certainly Texas.
I was one of the fortunate few people to be inside the building when the school board made the vote.
There's a motion and a second to support the recommendation of the superintendent to award an in-district charter to Travis Heights Elementary. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. All those opposed? Motion passes 9-0.
Learning, that they weren't just doing worksheets, that they weren't just preparing for a test, but they were digging deep into issues that were important for this community.
I think the value of supporting the in-district charter is about ownership. Here we have a community of parents, teachers, students, very engaged in learning, very involved in the academic programming of their school, of their community. And that level of ownership is what we want for every single one of our communities in the Austin Independent School District. Travis Heights is out there doing it first.
Appreciation pump!
Yo quiero a Travis Heights Elementary. They has really good teachers. I like all the students and all the teachers because they're so nice to me.
What are the top three or four things you were looking for in a school from Ed?
Yeah, we were looking for several things. One of the most important things is that they would hopefully teach Alyssa to enjoy learning, love to learn, and to me that is probably the most important thing, and that's exactly what we found here at Travis Heights. Were people that were instituting different programs to help the kids work together to enjoy learning.
Broke under me and it fell on Owl's nest. The king said to the council, so it was Crow who...
Adventures. It's chapter 2. It's a chapter. I like teachers. The teacher's nice to me. That's right. And I'm happy to come here.
One of Travis Heights' most remarkable aspects. This is a school that goes above and beyond when it comes to high socioeconomic to low socioeconomic to every single race you can possibly imagine. It really allows for every single child's unique life to come into the classroom and teach each other the differences in culture and appreciating each other and their cultural background. We get to learn about Chinese New Year from some of our kids. We get to learn about Ramadan from some kids. We get to learn about Day of the Dead from some children. And throughout all of it, they really have an appreciation about the differences with each other and what's the same.
I think it's so important because it teaches our kids that what their
home world is, or what they see in their daily life is not what the world is all about. They get to see kids who are coming from other countries who literally are learning language at 7, 8, 9 years old.
Appreciate other cultures and languages throughout the world.
This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Islands, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me.
The rock wall goes maybe to the top of this tree, and there was a girl that was about to give up. She didn't want to do it. She kind of said, I'm on a good level, and her cabin, her Travis Heights buddies started yelling, ring that bell, and she looked down and she goes, all right, one more time, and she went all the way to the top and she rang the bell, and the counselor said, that's why we have this camp, for moments like that.
First.
Dual language is they spend almost the entire day. We try to get as close to 80% of the day in Spanish as they can. So that means directions are in Spanish, homework's in Spanish, their grades are in Spanish. So it is a total immersion program. I respond to them in Spanish even if they speak to me in English, and we encourage them to communicate with each other in Spanish. We're writing in Spanish.
And it's also really fun to learn a different language because you can say things and talk to other people and go different places, and it'll be much easier.
Which is something I never had growing up, but they love it, and that's so exciting to them.
That's what I want to do because...
Awesome. Can you read it to me in Spanish?
Okay, but it's not fully done.
Just a little part.
Okay, well, by the way, this is like all. Carlos y Fera Johnson, ¿cómo escudo eso?
¿Qué necesitas, Ashley, para energía? Una
planta.
Una planta. ¿Qué planta quieres? Ok, Mía. Mordecai, ¿dónde dice pasar la energía? A Mía.
And you know, they build on these skills year by year, and so the goal is by the time they leave here in 5th grade, they feel comfortable learning in English and Spanish.
Now, project-based learning takes all of the elements of education and puts it into the student's hands.
So this is our book that we did about the Travis Heights neighborhood. Students got to go on a walking field trip to the fire station and then pick a different place that they wanted to learn about our neighborhood. This student went to Torchy's. He learned that Torchy's Tacos has a big bucket of bacon. So this roadmap helped us track our progress on our Travis Heights neighborhood project. Abdul, tell everybody what this is.
HEB.
There's HEB. They get to have meaningful experiences and they can make connections to other things that we're learning about. These kids got to go to McDonald's. We walked there. It was great. It's perfect.
We spent all this time studying different Native American tribes, and then whatever group the student was in, they made a dwelling that group lived in. So I had kids making teepees, I had kids making longhouses, and I had kids making houses made out of adobe.
An amazing group of students who work so well together, who come up with innovative programs, who show us how things should be done.
Where you put the bills, then there's the everything box. This is something a little bit, that one, I like that one so far. I like saltwater toilets. They would corrode the metal pipes. But we could make a metal. Well, what's the strongest plastic we can use? No, but we make a new line of metal too. Does saltwater like a mixture of like plastic and glass and plastic, glass and iron. I came up with saltwater toilets. That's a good idea, right?
Blended learning is really important the way we implement it here because it allows for differentiation. Children who are more advanced are automatically led ahead to their level. Children who are falling behind get more remediation. At the same time, there's lots of data available for teachers to form small groups for skills that are particularly needed, to work on the skills that the whole class needs. They've got that data readily available whenever they need it.
Dreambox really motivates me to do math. Since it has blue right there, and then it's kickballs. No, not that. It's wanting me to classify these figures into these circles. So kickballs and yellow. So then yellow cups would go right there. But before I was using Dreambox, I used to get a bunch of stuff wrong because I was not checking my answers. Like that.
And I have to write about that, and then I'm going to go to my computer and write it on type it on my computer.
Two people can work on the same thing and in the same document at the same time.
And I already finished mine, so I chose Achieve 3000. Well, I like using computers. That's why I want to sign up for Tech Crew.
All right, let's wake them up. Ready to go? Stand by and two out.
Welcome, and thank you for joining me today for our Travis Heights Elementary Parent Tour. We're going to be discussing and doing an overview of what great opportunities Travis Heights might have for you and your little one thinking of joining our nest. Today we'll be going through a few slides just to kind of give you a comprehensive view and answer some questions that might be lingering about when do I enroll my child, what programs are offered at Travis Heights Elementary, and what does it look like for a typical day for my little one to start here as a Thunderbird. We're going to have some important deadlines, so it's important to jot down those days in your calendar to make sure that you are within the time frame for transfers or enrollment or getting information that's needed for the registration process. Travis Heights was built in 1939. We are celebrating our 80th year. We are approximately a pre-K3 through 5th grade school. We approximately have around 506 students. Again, my name is Michelle Mesquita Navarro, the proud principal. My assistant principal is Denora de la Torre. We are a Title I school, which means that we do support students and families that are economically disadvantaged, and we receive funding. We have a dual language campus, which is a two-way program. From pre-K3 all the way through 5th grade. And we are one of Austin's first in-district charter schools. Our motto is Learn, Serve, Lead. What is an in-district charter school? When you really start to think about what a in-district charter school is, I really like to look and focus on what we're not. We are not run by an outside company or a business or an organization. And we do not screen our students for academic or behavioral performance. We're a neighborhood school. We're open to all. We're an inclusive campus. Students within the AISD assigned boundaries, but also affording opportunities for families that live outside of Austin can look into transferring. We accept transfer students subject to AISD policy and approval. Part of AISD subject is that we still follow all the same district and state requirements for accountability and for testing standards. We're governed by a partnership of comprised parents, teachers, community members, which we call our Thunderboard. And that's really an opportunity where community members, our stakeholders get to have a conversation with me to help with advisory, with decisions on campus. More freedom and flexibility for our teaching methods, pedagogy, autonomy for our teachers, and really just looking at how we can have flexibility with our funding to make the decisions that are needed for our students at Travis Heights. What makes us different? Well, we have 4 pillars. And based on those 4 pillars, we focus on project-based learning, blended learning, the multicultural, and the whole child. When we talk about project-based learning, we're talking about students getting real-world opportunities to extend their learning, to investigate, to ask those inquisitive questions of why something is the way that it is, and then strategically come together through a process for problem solving. With blended learning, we are afforded the opportunity to look at software and see how that software can really develop the needs of our students and differentiate within the software that we have. We do spend our day working on technology and acquiring those skills, but we also include and incorporate that one-on-one time and face-to-face time that we need for our teachers to build that relationship and to help with support with that learning. When something that also makes us really different is that we have a full-time technology instructor. So that's actually a class that our students are able to attend once a week, where they're able to acquire new skills and conversations and have the technology edge of learning how to be that digital native and to apply those skills and incorporate them within their learning. Multicultural, you know, one of the things here at Travis Heights is that we're very reminiscent of what Austin looks like. We have a huge plethora of diversity that we see here on our campus each and every day. At any point in time, you can see students speaking Spanish, Korean, Pashto, Arabic. That's the rich culture that we want to celebrate with each of our students. We want to celebrate that they're being global citizens in a community where they're able to contribute who they are and what makes them unique and special. And that's part of what we try to do in preparing our students. We have a two-way dual language program, which is English and Spanish. And those entry points are typically when we talk in pre-K 3, pre-K 4, kinder, and first. And that goes all the way through 5th grade. We try to foster an environment where we can exchange ideas with respect, respecting each other's culture and ideas, and celebrating through our multicultural festival what is unique, the traditions, the language, the food, and of what each and every one of our child gets to experience, but then also bringing that to our community to share. Our 4th pillar is the whole child. Each child being healthy, active, safe, supported in a learning environment here at Travis Heights Elementary is what is a focal point for us. We support our students with social and emotional learning curriculum. Our teachers have been trained in capturing kids' hearts, TBRI. We definitely focus on movement and our students having that opportunity for getting those wiggles out. We don't want to do a sit and get. We want our kids active and moving and playing and having those social experiences to help them with their play. Having a healthy lifestyle, breakfast in the classrooms, that's something that's been afforded to us, that every child on our campus is able to have a free breakfast, and making sure that our students' basic needs are met before we even start looking at academics. Our academic areas are important to us here at Travis Heights Elementary. However, for our Thunderbird, we want to make sure that they are physically, mentally, and socially sound so that they're able to move forward and have their needs met so that they can learn academics. What makes us different here at these? Well, we teach with our scope and sequence that the district can provide for us, but we also can create and tweak as we see needs of our students and how to best serve them. We have experienced teachers and staff that are inclusive while focusing on meeting individual students' needs. Travis Heights is committed to the best professional development. Many times our day of innovations or professional development days focus on project-based learning, special education, gifted and talented, dual language, and TBRI. Our goal here at Travis Heights is preparing students to be productive, community-oriented citizens of the future. So training and making sure our teachers have the skills needed to help support our students is key to our success here at Travis Heights Elementary. This is a program that we've just brought in. This is on the 2nd year of running our program. We have pre-K 3 eligible eligible for families that do qualify. And if you want to see if you can qualify, this is an opportunity where you can reach out to our registrar, Mrs. Gio, where she'll be able to give you the information and see if that's a possibility. If not, paid tuition is definitely an option for our families. It's about $275 per month. Our program at Travis Heights is a half-a-day program. But we do offer a dual language program and a English classroom if that's what you feel best meets your needs of your family. Students receive additional preparation, a year in bilingual education to help them then continue if you decide that dual language is the path that you'd like to take in preparation for pre-K 4 and so on. There is a separate application for the dual language program, and that is typically takes place in the month of January. So please make sure that you are connected to AISD. If you need any help or support, please feel free to reach out to Travis Heights Elementary. Check out our website, and you can gather the information and ask the questions that you may have surrounding that, and we can help you to the best of our ability. If you look at our hours for our pre-K 3 school hours, 7:30 to 11 a.m. is our English classroom, also our ESL, English is a second language. And our pre-K 3 hours for the afternoon are from 11:30 to 3 for our dual language program. Applications for pre-K start in January. When we also offer a pre-K 4 program. Now pre-K 4 has the same opportunity if families are eligible to attend pre-K for free. However, if you don't meet those eligibility criteria, there is space available with a monthly fee of $550. We have the dual language program for our pre-K 4. Priority acceptance into our dual language program really focuses on the cohort of children and continuing to move them on through the year. Students will receive additional preparation, again, in bilingual education, and there is a separate application for the dual language program. Pre-K hours are a little bit different than our pre-K 3 program. Pre-K 4 starts from 7:40 a.m. and runs all the way to 2:15 p.m. Typically, our K through 5th grade hours are from 7:40 a.m. till 3 o'clock p.m. Pre-K students have nap times, they eat in the cafeteria, they have weekly library visits, they use iPads for math and literacy games, and we focus on play. Kids getting their hands dirty, kids being able to have those social opportunities and experiences with other students, and teachers really communicating and giving you the opportunity of what you can do to help support your child, and what Travis Heights plan is to help make sure that your Thunderbird is moving along and it will be successful in years to come. Kindergarten typically has 4 kindergarten classrooms. We'll have 2 dual language and 2 English only classrooms. Key dates for kindergarten roundup will be typically April 2021. We'll have some more information going on what that might look like. Typically, kindergarten roundup is where we send out a call for parents for them to come in, get registration papers, and figure out what documentation you will need. Birth certificates, vaccination records, doctor records, all of that information that you're going to need for registration. We start early so that we can help to prepare you and your child to make that transition, possibly for some of you who are coming to school for the first time, and for others looking at transition from a preschool to a public school. The dual language program, all applications will take place online. So this year, starting January, please make a note of that so you don't lose that window. It's crucial. Once the window closes, there is nothing that I'm able to do to try to move along the process. So please make sure that for the month of January, you have that marked down on your calendar. Student transfer applications typically happen around this period of time too and end in January. So there will be a list of things that you'll need to make sure that are done, and that's why communication with our registrar, Mrs. Gio Montalvo Sanchez, is so important to making sure that you have clear communication and that you understand the process for registering and getting your child into Travis Heights. And kindergarten also has a great opportunity of being able to then attend special areas. Special areas is a rotation that happens every 3 days between art, music, and PE. Library is once per week. We highly encourage our students, especially in kindergarten, to make sure that we are moving our bodies, that kids are having opportunities to play and learn and experience and be out and explore the wonderful property of Travis Heights Elementary. So making sure that our kids have recess twice a day, having experiences at the big playground, at Big Stacy, the park, the track and the field, and the Wildman Woods are all learning opportunities for our kids to explore and have creative play. Movement learning programs such as Brain Breaks and Go Noodles, total physical response instruction where kids are moving and getting up and out of their seat is one of the things that our teachers take pride in, and really try to focus on, if we want our students to be able to take in the learning, their brains have to be able to also have the opportunity to have rest and to be able to move in other ways so that all muscles in their bodies are being challenged and given an opportunity to grow. PE is every third day plus movement around the campus to lunch, recess, and specials. Lunchtime is typically about 30 minutes. And we normally encourage our parents, once school has started, routines are prepared and in place for parents to come in and eat with their children. Wednesdays and Fridays are our typical days that we encourage parents to come in, for them to come and eat with their child if they choose to do so. But that's always a conversation that I always ask parents to have with their teacher prior to coming. Adjusting your little one to school and learning all the routines and procedures can be a shift. And sometimes when parents come in, it can be a disruption to their day. So we always talk about having those personal conversations, but we encourage parents and loved ones to come in on Wednesdays and Fridays and to share a meal and spend time with their child, just to do a check-in with them. This is what our kindergarten schedule looks like. Typical day for an English-only classroom, you can see starting at 7:40 and working our way down. Our typical dual language schedule, you can see it is packed with fun activities, with lunch, with reading centers, with recess, with interactive writing, with science, with math. The learning never stops. And so one of the things that we love here at Travis Heights is that we have fun while we're learning, we're kind, we're safe, and we're respectful to each other. And again, that's one of the things that makes Travis Heights Elementary so unique. We are Thunderbirds that are learning and working together to build an amazing community within our campus. That concludes the end of our presentation. However, you still may have questions, and you may want to have more information about something you might have seen or missed during the presentation. Please reach out to us. You can go to Travis Heights Elementary, our school website, and in there you can find myself, Michelle Amezquita Navarro, Denora de la Torre, our registrar, Gio Montalva Sanchez, and you can reach out to any of us, email us, and we will definitely try to keep you in the loop and help you the best way that we can. Thank you for joining us, and I hope that this was a great learning opportunity for you and your family. We can't wait to see you come the new year. Alrighty, guys, y'all take care. Hope to see you soon.